Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about, well, it's bad news for Disney. Of course we are, because that's what
Potentially bad news.
Potentially bad news. So we talked before about how it looks like Comcast is probably going to stick Disney with the bill for Hulu.
Oh, yeah, they flat out said. I have it in here. Apparently when they did, this week is the JP Morgan Global Technology Media and Communications Conference webcast, or event. Last week was the one with, I think, Moffat and Nathanson started theirs. They started one too. Well, last week they had asked the CEO of Comcast about Disney having to buy them out, and they said it's more likely than not we will go through with that. What we've been said all along. It's hard to read this. The vast majority case is that we'll put it and they'll call it the beginning of next year, meaning they're going to probably more likely than not make Disney buy their one-third stake in Hulu.
Right, which is the minimum. Now it's fair market value and
can't go below $27.5 billion.
$27.5 billion to buy the rest of Hulu, and
it's most likely to be closer to 30.
Right, and here's the thing that we talked about. The problem with that is if NBC Universal Comcast is all the same company, right? They take their content and they go home, they pull off a lot of channels from Hulu, and Hulu is not really worth it right now as it is with live TV. And we have another fly in the ointment. It looks like they're starting their own streaming TV
no, they
service.
had the Sky service before, but now they're making an affordable one for their broadband internet customers. They're calling it Now TV, and they're calling it Now TV.
Now TV, not Then TV.
No.
And
now it's not like a super. It's not as involved or has as much to offer as like a Hulu or one of the other platforms. But this is going to be $20 a month, and it's going to offer a bunch of channels that you can do live TV on, and a bunch of channels that are ad supported.
Right,
that you can have access to as well, and you get your premium Peacock membership rolled in there too for that $20 a month.
Everybody loves premium cock.
Of course,
it's much better than regular cock. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what
I wouldn't know. I've never had premium cock.
Oh, wait, I don't get it.
Anyway, so you set yourself up for that one. Thought you were being all smart. Anyway, so yeah, during this event, they were talking, and it's Dave Watson, who's the CEO of Comcast Cable, presented plans for his $20 monthly streaming service. They're doing it in the low end, so it's going to be more affordable for people. But what's funny to me is they're likely going to make Disney buy Hulu.
Right.
They already have streaming stuff. I guess it's the Sky thing they're working with streaming, and now they're going to offer a more affordable plan for people who have Comcast internet.
Yeah, so this isn't looking good because a lot of these channels are channels that are currently on Hulu.
I have a list.
And they're probably, if I were Comcast and I were going to stick it to my biggest adversary, I'd say, hey, not only do you have to pay the $27 to $30 billion that you really don't have right now, but you're going to have to shell that out to buy us out of Hulu per the obligation, but we're going to take all of our channels off of there too, because
they didn't say they were removing them, but I can't think they'll leave them on there.
I think they will. I think they'll pull them off.
Because they own them, and the thing is, when they owned Hulu partway, that made sense, to be there. But now they're not going to be selling it. So
I'm trying to think who the other, what was it? Fox
had a third.
Disney.
Comcast had a third, and Disney had a third. So when Disney bought Fox, they got 2/3, and then they got the control of Hulu. That's also when the price went from $40 a month for live TV to what is it like?
It's like $80 a month
or 80. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And there aren't that many channels on it. That's the thing. Like we cut the cord years ago, started using Hulu before Disney bought it, and I think it was like $35 a month.
It was $39.99, I think.
They had more channels back then. So I know when I think Disney bought Fox, I don't know which companies did it, but I know some of them might have been the Paramount companies, but they all pulled out. Like they pulled a whole bunch of stuff off of Hulu.
Well, here's the channels that are going to be on this new $20 service: A&E, Afro, AMC, Animal Planet, BBC America, BBC News, Comedy TV, Cooking, Crime and Investigation, Discovery, Discovery Life, Food Network, FYI, Great American Family, Great American Living, Get TV, Game Show Network, Hallmark Channel, Hallmark Drama, Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, HGTV, The History Channel, Investigation Discovery, IFC, Justice Central, Lifetime, Lifetime Movie Network, Magnolia Network, Military History, Motor Trend Network, OWN, Pursuit, Recipe TV, Science Channel, Sony Movies, Sundance TV, TLC, Travel Channel, Vice. For now,
No.
for now.
No way.
WeTV and the Weather Channel. Now, some of these were the Discovery Plus channels.
Yeah.
That Warner has.
Yeah, so, and Warner, well, I was going to bring that up too, because now Max is, HBO Max is just Max.
Yes.
They're like, I love this guy. I love how HBO Max changed his name to Max, so now it has to clarify that's the one to watch HBO on.
HBO would be the better, you know what I mean? Because you think Max would be Cinemax. And now, but it's Max to watch HBO. It would make more sense to keep it the HBO, but, whatever.
Yeah, it's dumb. But they'll whore their channels out to whoever will take them. So I mean that's the thing. But yeah, I don't know, guys, because this is like, look, because you already have to pay your broadband bill anyway, and if you can just tack this on for another $20,
it's going to be for those people, their customers, and you're allowed to cancel at any time. But it's like I said, it's more bare bones than other things like Sling TV or Hulu or things like that. But it's going to cut in to Disney, so they're going to make Disney pay Comcast for their stake of Hulu. And then they're going to roll us out, this year. They're going to have that coming out too for people who can't afford Hulu.
Which is more and more people because it's too expensive. It's almost as much now as we were paying for DirecTV. And I just forget that, I don't even watch it. I watch more Roku channel. Well, here's the thing. And somebody pointed out on, and I forget who it was, and I apologize, on Twitter, that we're going right back to cable. Streaming is becoming the new cable.
It is.
Again, and that was the plan. And we can actually talk about that. And we can talk about, YouTube is doing the same thing. YouTube is adding TV to YouTube, and they're adding the NFL, and they're adding all this stuff. But they're also promoting content that is, mainstream network content.
Basically, Hollywood figured they couldn't beat YouTube. People want to watch that. And they weren't watching their shit and their nighttime TV shows. So they kept trying to take over YouTube.
Yeah.
To go where the audiences were. And, now after people like, us, other content creators, mostly other content creators, built up this huge platform, now Hollywood's going to come in and take it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. And we saw this with Webtoon before. It's the same kind of a thing where Naver came in, and Naver, of course, is like the Google of Korea, right? And they came in and they were like, oh, look at us. We're a grassroots webcomic site. Hey, guys.
Put your stuff here. We'll help promote you.
We're going to help all these indie creators. Hey, we'll give you a little bit of money, like $100 in your Patreon every month. I'll help you out. Pat, pat, pat. Put your stuff here. And then once the platform...
They've encouraged you to send all your... to advertise. I'm sorry to cut you off, but they've encouraged...
Yes.
They wanted these creators to advertise their comics so that they would bring all their audiences and then go bring other audiences in to build the platform.
Yeah, and YouTube was kind of that way too, where people would go to YouTube to watch certain creators, and then they would watch other creators because they were already there. But now that YouTube has hit its ceiling, basically, I think it's hit the ceiling because they're not making any more money. It's like this is the total number of people that are going to watch YouTube, right? Now that it's hit the ceiling, now all the networks are like, quick, that's the life raft right there.
Well, now they're like, oh, we're gonna go be the new TikTok since TikTok might get shut down.
Yep.
Except there's no money in that for creators, but there's a shit ton of money in it for them.
Yeah.
They want all the YouTube people to be paid in upvotes.
So now we've got Comcast, the company that a lot of people were trying to get away from, to cut the cord from, coming boomeranging back around and being like, oh, okay, cool. Now you can have all your streaming cord cutting crap for an extra $20 a month. But hey, all this bandwidth, I think we're gonna have to raise the internet price, aren't we? Because they did that too. I remember for a while.
Yeah, that could be.
If you had Netflix, remember that crap?
Yes, I do remember that.
If you had residential internet, we actually always have had business internet. I had to for work, but if you had residential internet, they actually had a bandwidth cap on you because they didn't want you watching Netflix all the time.
I think they took that off, though.
They took it off because people caught them and they complained, but they were like, what the frick, and they would throttle you if you're watching too much Netflix. Now they're just like, oh, can't beat them, join them. We're just going to charge an extra $20.
Right, but that's what they'll do. They'll start out that $20, and then they'll probably raise their price on their internet.
Yep, they'll get you locked into like a 2-year contract.
Well, no, you don't have to have a contract for this. I don't believe so. You can cancel anytime. There's no contract or no extra equipment you have to buy for this $20 a month plan.
Okay, yeah, so it's available to Comcast Xfinity Internet customers within the next few weeks, price of $20 a month. So they want $50 to $60 a month for just regular Xfinity. It's all blurring together, guys. Basically, the internet is television. It is telephone. They were trying to keep things as separate as possible, but Comcast is the pipeline. Most people have, Comcast
Right, that's why
internet,
Comcast didn't weather the storm as badly as Disney did, because they had all this stuff and they had the internet, and people still needed their internet to watch Disney Plus and things. So
I think this is absolutely going. And of course, they announced this now. They announced now after it came out that they're basically going to force Disney to buy Hulu, and then Bob Iger's all like trying to chat Hulu up, like, I was going to sell it, but I think I could get used to this Hulu thing. We'll just roll it into Disney Plus, and we'll make it make money. It'll be fine, guys. And then so he's doing that because he's trying to.
He knows they're going to make him pay for it.
Yeah, he's trying to spin it positively so the shareholders don't freak out.
I'm going to start off my meeting by congratulating. About Super Mario Brothers, because it's because NBC Universal, who owns Comcast, who owns a third of Hulu, and I know my place because they're going to make me pay for it, which was a deal he set up.
Yeah, because I don't think he thought they were going to have to pay for it.
Well, they didn't think the pandemic was he thought they'd have to pay for it, but he thought that they were up on high then.
Yeah,
and the pandemic, pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
It was 2019 they set this deal up.
$30 billion? What's that? Like a dozen Marvel movies? Yeah, we'll just crank out more Marvel movies. We'll be fine. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fine, everybody. It's not going to be fine.
So they're going to pay $30 billion for Hulu, most likely, somewhere in that range. And then we're going to pull out $17 billion for this park expansions that we announced because of DeSantis.
So let me get this straight. The parks, which could technically, I think, generate more revenue than Hulu, cost half as much as buying the rest of Hulu. And it's not even all of Hulu. It's like you're not buying all of Hulu. Meanwhile, Rupert Murdoch took your money, right? Rupert Murdoch took your money and went and bought Tubi for $400 million. How fucking dumb are you? How the hell are you the CEO of Disney?
I think it's more about arrogance.
Yeah. This is my legacy. This is my ride of a lifetime.
You're thinking, maybe he's been humbled after what happened and all that. No. And it was like, oh my God. But then it didn't help that everybody was like, Bob Iger's back. Yay, oh my God, the second coming. And I was like, but Bob Iger's the one that put you in this position to begin with. And then the media keeps blaming Bob Chapek for stuff. And it's like, but that was Bob Iger.
He was the anti-Bob. If this is the second coming of Bob, Chapek was
they're the Bob coin. One side for each one.
Yeah, devil or angel. You got like a shoulder bob. Mickey's got shoulder bobs, I don't know, guys. This is, again, we talk a lot about Disney and its decline, and it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. And I don't think people realize, like, $27 to $30 billion is a shit ton of money. That is a lot of money. That's actually more than people thought Fox was worth completely.
Yeah, then send in another $17 billion for Disney, Disney expansions that you promised people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they think they're gonna get it. Their users are declining on Disney Plus. The parks, they pretty much hit a ceiling on, I think, at this point. And
they'll find another way to charge you something.
I don't know. Well, now, take it up with the NAACP. They're telling people not to go to Florida.
Well, then Disney should be having a problem with that, because then they shouldn't be coming to their theme parks.
They should be having a problem, but they're not going to say.
You think Disney would be saying, no, that's a bad idea.
They're like, no, we really want people to come to Florida. For God's sake, come to Florida.
I don't know. The whole thing's just a mess.
It is a mess.
Do I think Disney's going to go out of business? No.
No.
I do not, because they have lots of things they can sell off. They are not going to go under anytime soon. No. When we're saying death by 1,000 cuts, we just mean they have no choice but to change course.
I think Disney, being the massive entertainment behemoth it is or has been for the last couple of years, I think that will end. I think they will become just another studio.
They're going to lose an arm and lose a leg from these cuts.
Right. And we saw this happen. Like, Disney was massive in the 50s and 60s. After Walt died, we had the 70s and early 80s where they were kind of diminished, and they're like, okay, they got theme parks and they make cartoons, and that's like it. That's what they do.
It's merely a flesh wound.
It's merely a flesh wound. And then they'll just sell it all off to Apple, and they don't have to worry about it because Apple's got ridiculous money, right?
Oh no. Most people, I don't know if I believe that one, but people have said that for years.
That might be the only option. It might be like, we're so massively in debt. Hey, Tim Cook. Hey, Tim.
Do you think that's going to make it any better, though?
No. It's not going to make it better, but we'll see. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Please do.
We're gonna wrap.
I'm so tired of talking about Disney.
Yeah.
I want to do non-Disney videos, and even this one that's kind of a non-Disney video ended up being a Disney video.
You just hate Disney. You're a bitter seamstress.
I'm starting to get that.
I can't. I'm out. Like, I've completely checked out.
I want to talk about things that aren't Disney once in a while.
All right, so we will next couple of
Yeah,
videos.
you
will not be-
promise?
yeah, if
Just
Disney
say that they'll do something else stupid, and we're gonna have they'll
reset
shit
the
bed.
clock. If Disney doesn't do anything stupid within the next 24 hours, we'll do a couple of non-Disney videos.
Please.
Please, Disney, stop.
No,
being so-
please to you. Can we please?
Oh,
yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye. Sorry, I yelled loudly.
That's okay. I got the limiter on.
Okay. So
You can tell my
kick
kick.
setting.
Yeah, you can tell.
Wait, really? It automatically limits it when I yell?
It does. When the pitch gets too high, it does. Sometimes if you sound like all robotic, it's because it's bringing the decibels down.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.